definitely make sure to let me know if you have got an idea that... No! Go away! Not this again! Go away! Go away! Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode of Crossout with me, Spacefish. And welcome back to our new build, which I have used in a few games outside of my recordings. As of late, I've really enjoyed this thing, I have to say. It feels a lot more sturdy than the older one. Like, overall, I don't think I've died a single game yet, so very great start right there, I have to say. The cannons have been shot off like once or so, but not really that often, and other than that, well, I don't know. I've overall been very happy with this thing. Now, obviously, though, we are far from done right here. So the first thing that I got feedback on was the whole hiding things inside the frame and under the cabin kind of topic. And I do now have a bit more of a clue of how to actually do that. So I would like to have a look at that with you all this episode. Second thing I actually got feedback on was that these cannons are actually a bit too far up front, because you do have to actually mind like the blast radius. So like say some cannon hits me right here in the front of the cabin, that blast radius is actually going to damage the cannon, so I kind of want to try and avoid that and actually move the cannons a bit further back. And then also I got some really interesting insights into like crafting and when it's actually worth it and when it's more worth buying stuff on the market instead. So that is certainly something we can look into this episode as well. That said though, for the time being, let's go into the build mode. And I think what I would like to actually start on would be, I don't know. I would ideally actually, to be honest, like to duplicate this design, because I really don't like just tearing it apart in the way that it is, and I do actually have kind of a bit of an idea here. So nope. Let me go out of this. Let me go over to our raid design. If you all remember that, we had this little weird funky design with just like a bunch of machine guns on there because I lacked the money for another rapier, just to use that in raids. And well, let's just work on that for the time being and rework that, and then we can go back and change the other one later on, so that way we've always got like a old version of that thing still lying around that we can work with. So what I would actually like to try and do for the time being is, well, let me take off all these guns for a second. We've got the Jords right here, and can I just take this cabin out? Apparently I can, so that's good. I would like to... No. God. Okay. Let's move this part up front for the time being, and let's move this cabin out onto the back frames or not. Okay. Let's redo that. So that's apparently going to take me a second. I really just want to move the cabin out of the way, but that seems to be more of a struggle than I kind of would like it to be. So let's go and just remove these two wheels, and that should leave enough space. Yeah, okay. So that gets us the cabin all the way back there. Now, so what I got for a feedback was that basically I should be able to just get rid of that part of the frame. And, well, not the generator. I would actually like to start rather with, and let's move this to the side as well. I'd like to actually start with the fuel barrels right here. So the possibility should be given to, no, to just move these fuel barrels over like that, and have them go like one further down pretty much. Yeah, so sort of like this. Right, so that basically they are right above the ground and the cabin is sitting right on top. Now, question being if we can actually attach the frames right here, which I think I remember was a bit of an issue for me. So that, yeah, see right here, I can actually not attach the frames to the explosives. It needs to be attached to another frame. So that doesn't quite work, but what was another proposal I actually then got in the comments was to actually just place this thing in the middle and then have like some smaller frames around the outside that we kind of place this thing around. That's it. Let me raise this thing up a bit. That should help a lot with assembling this. So we would be placing the fuel barrel in the middle, not like this though, but actually gonna turn it around probably. Can I? Yeah, I can attach it like that. So just like that, and then I would have smaller frames on the outsides. And now let me have a look into the build menu, because we've got stuff like this, right? So I'm not quite sure which frames am I using here so far. I'm using 6x4s. So I would be using, okay, so the frame would be a 4 wide, I suppose. So either 2x4s or 4x4s would be what I would be using, right? That would mean we would be doing something along these lines here. Yeah, exactly. So just like that, basically. Now the issue kind of being there that I don't even have enough space for the explosives to just put it all on the cabin, do I? Well, actually, if I remove this frame, I should. Maybe, potentially. Actually not. Actually, I don't. Now the question that I'm kind of wondering about is, this thing is rather big. Would I be able to just fit that thing in there? I think that's actually a bit of an issue. Well, let's try it. Whoa, God, that was not the plan. Let's try it out though. So let's go ahead and get another one of these 2x4 frames and try and move that into here to connect the things up again. And then let's see if we can't squeeze the generator in there. Because, like, one of the fuel barrels, I'm sure I could just... That was not the plan. God, the building sounds actually kind of annoying. But, like, one of the fuel barrels, I can honestly probably still just, like, hide in the wheelhouse, in the wheel arch. But I would like to try and at least hide this generator in there properly. And that said, can I... Nope. Doesn't look like I can actually move through a hole in the vehicle like that, but we would still need to place the generator back here. That's the thing that I'm actually kind of worried about, that will work for space, because yeah, the thing is, I mean, that should fit for width, shouldn't it? Let's try. So I'm gonna get a 2x4 frame that I'm gonna attach. It doesn't look like that will fit actually. Yeah, so we would not have a frame right there, or we would have a frame, and I mean that's a possibility, right? To just build a frame like in a way that it's one further out. I suppose that's fine. Don't really see it from the outside. That said, like the thing is that all this stuff I would actually need to get like more side protection going there to make sure that it's not exploding. I don't know. I think I honestly just want to stick with the old thing we did so far for the time being. Because overall, I am pretty happy with the... Wait, what? I'm pretty sure I used the other build, didn't I? What do you mean? Can I repeat? Is it control... Can I do this with Control Shift Z? No, I can't. Great. I'm pretty sure I started out with a raid build, didn't I? Why is there judges on this thing now? Wait a second. Okay. Yeah, alright. Well, anyways. So, regardless, let's just make sure to reassemble this thing. I think I will stick with this thing for the time being. Now, reasoning being here, right? I do think that the other design is advantageous. That people let me know down below in the comments of like actually hiding the explosives in the frame and then having the cabin on top of it. Because obviously, the cabin on top of it actually is a lot of protection. Stuff like this, I think especially the generator here is probably the biggest risk. Being all the way back here can be very hurting if that explodes in my face. So I think the design is advantageous. Now the thing that I didn't think about though is I don't even have any parts anymore that I could put here. Like, one, without going over the tonnage that's possible right now, and two, just like proper parts that I could even put there. So I think that's something I want to do, but I'm going to do it a bit later when I actually have a bunch more parts and better wheels. to kind of support that extra tonnage, if that makes sense. What I do want to do, though, is I would actually like to have a look at this cannon and get it sold, because what people actually, well, what I actually got told in the first place, maybe, is that sometimes stuff on the market is just way cheaper than going out and crafting it on your own. And there's a link out there, I think it was crossoutdb.com, where you can basically just go in and check if it's actually worth it to craft parts, or if buying it on the open market you would save some money. So that's what I would like to do. I would actually like to go ahead and sell this thing on the open market and just buy, well, buy a judge myself. And then eventually, you know, actually go out and buy, I think it was the Fat Man that we wanted to eventually go for myself as well, because that was like, I think 30 bucks cheaper or something, just going for it on the market and selling all the mats instead. So that will be the long-term plan right there. For the time being, though, it would be great to at least have another judge on here. So we've got an Avenger right now, apparently. So let's see what that's worth. Let's see what that's worth. No, I think it was 57, wasn't it? See, there we go. Absolutely nothing. So that's a great start. I do, however, have a bunch of mats because I have played a little bit, as I told you all. So I've got a bunch of scrap, and I am just going to start selling a bunch of it. But I would like to see first how much that judge is going to cost us. So the judge, we will have to pay 35 bucks for, which is a lot of money. But we've got a good bunch of this, and we've got a good bunch of fuel, so we should be able to get ourselves there. Now, we will be going for 9 stacks. That gets us 32 bucks. Let's sell that right there. Perfect. And then I'll also need to sell a bit of fuel on top just to make sure we're getting there. Got a bunch of copper and stuff as well, but really not that much. I've kind of focused on playing a bit more PvP. That's honestly just what I really enjoy, I have to say, and if that means that I get like a bit less money, I'm honestly kind of happy with that, as long as I am enjoying it myself. So that gets us to the money we need then, and we can go out and, no, we're not even on the market anymore. We can go out and now just hit the wrong button and go and buy ourselves that good old judge. So that is at least going to get us that. Now, the issue being, I really thought that I had a bit more stuff. The issue now being that I did actually want to buy an ammo crate too, but I do not think we have the money for that anymore. So that will be something to take on later then, because as you can see, that's like another 35 bucks right there. So that'll definitely be something for the next episode, and I'll definitely also try and play even a bit more so that we maybe have the money for a bunch of other upgrades as well, like maybe some better wheels or something along that line. That said, the Avenger is going to go. Now I hope that it's the same thing for the energy. It actually is, so that's great news. And the judge is going to come. Perfect. So that said, though, as you all can probably see right there, we are still missing a pretty important point that I was talking about, and that is moving the guns further back. Now, I can actually put these van sights on here, but I don't think I actually need to be honest. I'm just going to put these guns on the very, very far back of the cabin, because like the cabin overall is pretty sturdy, and honestly, if the cabin is gone, the guns won't matter anymore anyway. So I think just mounting it on a cabin is a good kind of point, and that should protect us from the blast radius a bit. I'm not 100% sure though that this is far enough back. So if you know, if you could let me know, definitely make sure to tell me down below in the comments. I would be super interested in that. I am obviously planning to have like another wall going up like right here or something eventually, and at that point I'm pretty sure we will definitely be good for blast radius. But well, for the time being, if you have a clue, definitely make sure to let me know. And I've also gotten a bunch of very interesting videos, by the way, about stuff like blast radius and like building spaced armor to kind of circumvent that kind of stuff. But I think that is something for us to take on in the future. There is most certainly a lot of improvements for us still to do in this design though, but for the time being, I think this gets us into a good position. I am pretty happy with this first start. It means that we've now got double judges, which at least gets us a bunch more damage and gets us a bunch more ammo in there too. I am pretty happy with that, and like they're moved a bunch further back too. And well, other than that, it's really just more wheels, a bit more protection, moving stuff into the frame, and then you know, I'll definitely make sure to get a bunch more money for that kind of stuff. And we'll hit battle right now while I keep rambling on, but I'll definitely make sure to work towards that stuff a bit more, so we can take care of that more and more during the next episode. Also getting like an ammo box, I think, is pretty essential with this build. And then once we've got those kinds of things checked off the list, I think it's time to look more into like build guides and kind of best practices for stuff like spaced armor and well, you know, just designing the overall ride itself. Because I think while we've certainly made a good bunch of improvement to the old build, like having proper cabin protection, you know, getting the explosives somewhat more into the frame at the very least, I do think we still have a very, very long way to go. So there's definitely going to be a bunch of things that I still need to inform myself about. That said, though, I think it's time for a nice and hopefully fun PvP match. So I actually lied about the amount of ammo. I thought we were getting more, but we were actually getting less. I obviously had the Avenger and the Judge on this thing the last time, and I thought it was actually the Judge that had 12 shots, but apparently it is the... Uh-oh. No. I don't want any of this. Go away. God, the flippin' drill boys. I'm hating them. Take that. God, I hate these flippin' things. Perfect. I love how the team's just balling onto that drilly dude. And, you know, you can just eat a lot of damage too right here. God, I hate those guys. But both of the drill cars are gone, so that's definitely a very, very great start to the match in my books. And it looks like we're just going on to A, apparently, because I don't know where the rest of the enemy team is. It looks like they're fighting the rest of our team over there. They're definitely not paying any attention to their cap right now, and if we all four get into here, I am pretty sure this is easily a one match, because, I mean, look at this. We're already at 1 point, and even if they start coming back, there's 4 of us here, so I am pretty confident we can actually defend this quite nicely. Cool. So that's a pretty decent first match, I would say. What kind of weapons do you have on there, buddy? That looks pretty cool. That's actually, though, I have to say, one of the builds that I really want to take on some time as well. Obviously, this one is very tanky, and while the cabin I really don't like, I think I need to take on... Oh, let's see if somebody comes around the corner here. He does. I think I need to actually take on some different kind of cabin eventually. But I would really like an alternative to this build, right? Like something quick and speedy, something that's very fun in that way. That said, challenge completed. Very nice. Doomsday Cars Season. Bus panel. Interesting. So we do have more structural elements. Definitely something interesting to look into. Well... Oh! Wait, did I now actually get pilots, or is this the blueprint again? Somebody last time actually told me it's just the blueprint for it, so I'll have a look into that in a second. Hangman appearance, very interesting as well, and we've got a new paint. That said, by the way, I totally forgot to properly paint the vehicle, didn't I? Wait a second, we need to do that. Let me have a quick look into that. Let's get bromine. Let's get all this stuff painted properly. I totally forgot about that, I'll have to say. I really wanted to stick with that color, but obviously didn't quite remember to do that, so let's take care of that and not just have bare bone metal right here, but like an actual somewhat colored build. Cool. I think that does look a lot better. Alright, but with that said, what was that pilot stuff? Is it just the blueprints, or did I actually get some pilots now? Yeah, it looks like it's the blueprint again. I always get that excited, but, well, I was already told, so I didn't get that excited this time. But what I just wanted to show you all real quick was that I would like to actually go for... well, maybe I can show you all here real quick. The next cabin that I would actually very much like to go for this kind of build that I'm running right now, even though it will obviously require some adjustments. Need to get rid of that. Is the Pilgrim. I'm really interested in that one. It's got 11 power points, max speed of 70 kilometers an hour. Still a good bunch of tonnage, still got a bunch of power, but well, it's got that additional energy. Jawbreaker also very interesting, but it's only got 10 points of power, so I was not, I don't know, too super interested in that. The other thing that I got told though, that was actually a very good cabin, is the Growl, which looks very nice. I mean, look at that, 100 cabin speed. 11 points of energy, so very, very cool. Just something that I would actually like to get on top, right? I mean, obviously this cabin, it used to be good. It's certainly not good anymore. So like people told me, you know, you can just honestly just sell it and get the Growl. And while I do very much fancy the idea of the Growl with the 11 points of power, I think it is very, very nice. I would still like to keep kind of a heavy build going as well, if that makes sense. So I would like to actually aim for getting the Growl on top. I mean, it's like 30 bucks as well, so it's really not that pricey, and then get a light build going that way as well. I think that would be absolutely awesome. I think it's in the Lunatics faction as well, so something interesting to go for, and something that people have also already proposed that I actually switch to the Lunatics faction eventually. So well, just overall very interested in that, and I think it would be just very, very cool to have something like that as like a light alternative to what I'm currently running. Stop pushing me. Okay, I should probably get myself out of this. Whoa! Oh, he's self-destructing. Get me out! Get me out! Get me out! Oh! I saw it. I saw the red blinking light. That was pretty spooky, but I did get myself out of here. Great. Let's fall back. Don't need to take all that damage. But yeah. So as I said, would be very, very great to just have a nice and light alternative to what I am currently running, as opposed to just totally exchanging the two. So that's currently what my kind of plan for that is for the future. That said, I'm running out of ammo, so I think it may be time for a little bit of self-destruct soonish. Okay, so I think backspace, yeah. Backspace is self-destruction, come on, self-destruct, now. Okay, I nearly killed him. And there we go. So that's a very interesting one that I just recently learned about too, this whole self-destruction thing. And that was actually literally the first time ever that I self-destructed on somebody. So pretty cool right there. Still not quite used to it, obviously. That was kind of new to me. Oh, that guy's self-destructing as well. Run! I was apparently not able to move there at the end anymore when the whole timer thing went through. But basically, the way that you do it is you just hit backspace. Oh, you're gonna have a hard time aiming, buddy. God. See, that's why I want a turreted gun eventually. It's, I don't know. It's just annoying, and, well, the best part about the turreted gun is it actually does more damage than the non-turreted one for some reason. So, I would absolutely love to get that, but it is gonna be a lot of work until then. But yeah, he's not having a good time right now. That said, though, it does very much look like we are currently winning. 3v2 right now, or, you know, 2 1/4 versus 2. Sounds very much right as well. But he's nearly made it to the cap. He's nearly made it to the cap, so you got to give him that. He's really, really trying hard. I don't even know how that is working out, but he is slowly making it there. That said, by the way, I really love that design and decal he's got going on. I think that looks pretty sick. Swath. I'm not quite sure what Swath is, but I really like the font. I think that overall looks very cool. Now, no clue where the last enemy is at. He may be AFK at the enemy spawn or something. That said, there he goes, and that's another one game in the bag. Another pretty fun one. I did unfortunately obviously not get fuel because I decided to self-destruct in the enemy's face. But I do feel that I did my team a good bunch of a service right there. Even though I didn't totally annihilate the dude, I think I did like 150 damage to him, so I just like to think and hope that it helped my team out, alright? That said though, let's go for a third match of the day. Let's have some more fun blowing people up, because I'm actually really enjoying myself right now. I'm really liking this build, I have to say. It's obviously still a big issue when I run out of ammo, and that needs to be rectified, which hopefully we will be able to do with ammo, well, with an ammo crate or ammo crates. I'm actually not quite sure how that works out yet, so if you do know, please make sure to let me know down below in the comments. So I'm actually not quite sure if I can have multiple ammo crates or if it's just limited to one, as is, for example, a fuel barrel. I didn't see anything in the actual, like, information of the ammo crate that I could only do one, but maybe that's hidden away somewhere. So definitely make sure to let me know if you have got an idea of that. No! Go away! Not this again! Go away! Go away! You know, the thing is, these... No! Go away! Go away! Go away! Go away! I want turrets! I want turrets! Go away! Go away! God! I hate this! Save me! Yes! Take that! Go away, I say. There you go. Flipping line upside down, mate. God, I hate drill dudes. I absolutely hate them. But look at that. My build is so much better against that guy than my usual ones do. I have to say I am pretty happy at that. I'm pretty proud of that. I totally just messed up that shot, but one way or another... Oh my god, I can't shoot. One way or another, I'm going to stay in this cap circle right here. I'm just going to show them my ass instead, because I obviously don't have much of cabin HP left. And that said, that dude doesn't look very friendly. Oh god. I think we've got an issue right here, don't we? Do I need to self-destruct here to get this? Yeah, let's go and self-destruct. Good night. Oh, he survived! Look at that! There's literally only his cabin left. It was literally only his cabin and the gun left. He actually managed to survive that, but I nearly killed him. So I think that was of much more value to my team than anything else, honestly. I really didn't have much to offer my team right there, and with those guys just rushing the cap circle, I think the self-destruction was the right choice yet again. But yeah, as you can see, like, the only issue, like the only main issue that I'm still very much having with my build is the ammo. Other than that... No! How did you just die? What the heck? Oh, I really thought this one would be another win. But okay, apparently it isn't. We did get rank 5 with the scavengers though, so that is very nice. And, well, other than that, I do have to say I'm really happy with the performance of my build. I mean, just look at what happened right there, right? I had a drill dude chase me down, drilling away at me for absolute ages, and he didn't do anything to me. Like, I just kept shooting, and I eventually just killed him, and I'm so happy. Thanks a lot to all of you dudes down below in the comments who did help me out with this. I think this new build is so much better than what I went with initially. And yeah, I'm overall just super happy. We did apparently get some new structural parts from this level up, so that's really great. I think and hope that that will eventually help us out with hiding away the explosives in our frames, and we actually get more stuff from the season pass eventually, apparently. So we got like a minivan panel event apparently. Yay, we've got some more pirate blueprints that we can't use for anything really. But yeah, so overall, really happy with this new design now. The second judge is absolutely awesome too. I think we do a lot of damage, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I am seeing a little bit of a... That doesn't work. That is not an option though, so let me fix that real quick. We need to keep things in line right here, alright? So let's fix that real quick. But other than that, as I said, really big thanks to everybody in the comments who helped me out building this thing, because I think it turned out absolutely great overall. I am very happy, and I'm really enjoying this thing. That said, that thing is now fixed, and well, I think it is about time to end the episode here. So as always, I will take some time in between the episodes to actually grind out some more stuff, and hopefully have some more things to put on this, so we can actually proceed on this a bit more. But for today, this episode will be over right here. So I do hope that you all very much enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new around this channel and enjoyed this video and would like to stay around for more of my Crossout content or also other stuff, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as well as the bell icon right next to it, to stay up to date on any future upcoming episode. And with that said, as always, I would like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.